Hello, good day, and welcome back to the Certified Jordan channel. This is episode 3 of the Hyosung GV650 Rebirth project and episode 52 of the Certified Jordan channel. Today, we are going to take this motorcycle. No, let me rephrase that. We are going to take the parts of this motorcycle. We are going to finish painting them. You'll see I'm going to prime all of it in black because I'm just thinking that with a color scheme, the undertone of black as a primer will set a better foundation for the paint than the normal gray primer that we usually use. You'll also see I'm going to build some brackets for a gear indicator. I'm going to completely redo the number plate hanger and bracket for the number plate, as it is just, you'll see in the video, it's a mess. It's a piece of steel that's been half-heartedly welded. It's not centered. It's not in the center of the motorcycle. The whole thing is just crap. It moves way too much and whatever. I'm going to try to make this the final video for this motorcycle project. We want to get the whole thing assembled. And we want to also synchronize the carburetors and get it started and do a couple of heat cycles with it and then see how it comes out. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the video, and also I hope you enjoy the footage that is now shot on my new camera equipment. Hopefully the mic is also serving us well, and hopefully this will be better for you to enjoy. Let's get started, guys. There's quite a lot of work to do. This project has taken me a very long time because of my back injury and so forth. But let's get started.
Now friends, here you can see the wheels in prime. There is the tailpiece and the tank already primed. And then that's a mudguard already completed, the front mudguard. And then the sprocket was also nicely cleaned, new hardware, and the carrier was also painted. Here is a short video on the stuff that has been painted. It sat for 12 hours in my spray booth, and then I just moved it into the sun. The sun isn't really hot because it's winter time here in South Africa, but there you can see the decals that I have had made, and the paint is super smooth. Everything came out very nicely. That battery box that we fixed there looked very good. I've even added the original warning stickers onto everywhere where they're supposed to be. So I was very happy with the outcome of this. Here's the engine also completely painted. So far it has held up very well. I have done about 60 kilometers with the motorcycle so far. Here the engine is in the frame, the triple clamps are in, the forks are in, and the rims are on. Swing arm is mounted back into place. Just look at that beauty. You'll also see I have a wider tire fitted at the back. The calipers were painted. They mounted. So far so good. Stunning view of the side of the engine. I like how that tank just flows through the frame. I think the golden accents came out nice. I have a couple of people that doesn't like it, but others again says that it looks good.
So my water bottle is in a very bad condition. I have read many remedies on this online. So we're going to try some of it using bleach and thick bleach. I've already tried to degrease it inside, but that's not really cutting it. So let's try the bleach theory. Let's see if it works, because this thing looks horrible. I cannot put sorry, I cannot put that into this beast beautiful of a machine. So let's see what we can do.
Just some thick bleach, and together it's mixed with normal bleach. 2 bottles of thick bleach, 1 of normal bleach.
We'll let that cook overnight and see what it looks like a bit later. For now, we need to start polishing the engine and the chrome bits.
Now friends, here you'll see me using Autosol metal polish, some earbuds, a toothbrush and a polishing pad on my drill. And please never forget that during processes such as this, you are going to consume quite a bit of coffee. So make sure that you have enough of that good stuff to assist you in all of this. So you'll see me going and polishing this engine casing and then going over it again and again and again. That's just to make sure that I've got the same type of shine everywhere. I removed the polish just there, then you can see I'm polishing a bit more, remove again, polish a bit more, just to make sure that everything is shining nicely and that everything looks super clean and new. This is actually quite a satisfying job to do, as when that chrome is polished together with that shine on that engine and the metallic, it's got like a silvery and a gold flake inside the paint, so it makes it look, I don't have words for it, it's absolutely stunning. Now we're moving to the other side of the engine. These cases are not so big as on the other side, and they're a bit easier to get to. You can see if I take the polish off with that blue cloth, how that shine just comes through and just looks amazing. Toothbrush is a very nifty tool to get into difficult nooks and crannies, because you can put some pressure on it. The earbuds not really, because they just bend, but you can get into places which is difficult to get your finger into. So at least it really does help and assist as well. Yeah, I'm just polishing the top and the bottom triple clamps. Unfortunately, that bottom one does have some damage, so there's no way around that. I can't polish it out. You'll see there it's got like a bit of a dullness to it in the front. There the headlight surround comes in. So slowly but surely things are starting to take place here. You can also see the warning label right there on the frame. So I'm busy adding the shocks back in again. There was quite a bit of moving forwards and backwards with the shocks and things. That's the engine casing, beautifully polished. You can see it basically looks brand new. This is a number plate carrying bracket. It's completely off-centered. The bracket itself is off-centered. It's sitting off-center in the motorcycle. It's just a mess. You can see it has never been painted. It was half-heartedly welded. So I decided to just take this thing and make something better of it. So here you'll see me this is the standard bracket that I have on there. So I was measuring the thing and cutting bits off and reattaching other pieces, refitting, welding it on, checking what's going on, just to make this thing better. A bit later in this clip, you'll see me adding 2 stays to the back of that bracket to take all the flop that it had in it off. So here you can see me adding it's like a funny piece of bracket that keeps the taillight in place. I just welded that to that stay to make it one single piece, which is going to help quite a bit. Here I'm measuring those 2 stays that I just spoke about. I'm going to cut them out, bring them in. I'll show it to you now. I'm putting the one in, there's a second one, just stacking it in place. And then I realized that my number plate cradle is going to start melting. So I'm going to take the number plate cradle off right now. You'll see that coming up. Plastic doesn't like that type of heat. So here I'm welding it all in place, and then I'll show it to the camera now. Now I'm adding it back to the motorcycle to see what it's going to look like. Now you can see it's centered. And it's properly strong as well. Just making sure everything is nice in place. Just tacking it on. We'll take it off later again for full weld.
Not only have I made this thing much stronger with these 2 gussets that I've put in the back, no longer going to move, and it's now centered. So let me get this painted and then we can get it installed back on the bike. This is my bike's radiator, and what they've done here with these cable ties and crap and these things to space it out for it not to touch the radiator. This is, I think, the correct cover, but definitely not the correct fan. So it's also only covering like a quarter of the radiator, which is understandable, but I want to see if I can put a bigger fan in here. And we need to get this thing cleaned. We can't put it back into the motorcycle like this. But I honestly don't know what it is with people and regular motorcycle maintenance. I can't understand why you'd rather spend a minute to fix something terribly where you could have spent 5 minutes to fix something properly and permanently. So I couldn't get the other fan to fit on this radiator, but I've made a bracket and I was able to cut out all the cable ties and things. Now the fan no longer touches the radiator. Was able to get it nice and clean. Did some simple modifications. I had to physically just make a cutout here in these plastic protectors, and that was it. This is the original fan. I've used some proper stainless steel hardware with washers, and it's secure, and it now fits properly. It's no longer going to eat into my chromed tappet cover. Maybe let me show you what I'm talking about. You see that mark in that tappet cover right here? That was the radiator fan cowl that chew into that tappet cover. So that will no longer happen. Now it's fixed and it's ready to be reinstalled. Guys, it brings joy to my heart to see my bike starting to take shape again. Everything here in the back is actually now centered. It's leveled everything is 100% as it should be. No more wobbly number plate. That thing's rock solid. So, one step at a time. The radiator is fitted, the fan is fixed, it's tested, it's working perfectly well. This is now done. Next up is the reservoir bottle for the coolant, but that's still bathing in its solution. So I think I'm going to call it a day. Tomorrow I'll take a look at that bleach concentrate for that coolant bottle. Then the entire subframe and this entire tailpiece needs to come back off because I need it to be off to be able to fit the water bottle. So this all must come off again. Luckily, that's actually quite easy now because nothing is tightened down. So the subframe and the rear plastic will come out. We can fit the bottle. Then we can fit the subframe permanently. And the rear plastic, we can fix it so that it's there to stay. And then we can move to wiring. You'll see the handlebars already on as well. That's just mock fitted. It's completely loose. You can completely pull it out of the top yoke. It still needs to be polished before it can go back in. But things are starting to slowly progress. I think for now, I'm going to call it a night working on the motorcycle, and I'm going to clean that mess over there and all of this rubbish on the floor here. So tomorrow I can continue in a clean workshop. Cool. I'll be honest, I was hoping for a bit better result than this. Having lied it, bathed it in bleach for 48 hours and washing it with the dishwasher. Though it definitely does look better. I was hoping for a bit even better than this, but I'll accept this and I'll put it back in.
Now, friends, I'm sure you'll agree with me that that is one beautiful sight. There you will see a metal piece that I have epoxied in there. Now, the reason for that is, remember, we moved the mount for the seat. So there's a metal piece on the top and a metal piece on the bottom of the tailpiece. So it sandwiches the plastic in between to make sure that there's no damage.
Right, we are getting ready for first startup here. We've got engine flush with the oil in the engine. We've got some extra distilled water here. So we are going to do a heat cycle on this machine. Then we're going to let it cool off. We're going to do another heat cycle. Then I'm going to flush the oil or drain the oil. Put a new oil in. Do 2 heat cycles. And then change the oil filter and put in the proper modal stuff that I usually use. So, let's see if this baby will fire right up.
This is the bracket that I have made for the gear indicator mount. There it is painted now. And then I fitted that to the motorcycle. That's just that steel structural plate again.
Viewers, my motorcycle project is complete. This project took me about 8 months to complete because of my back injury and everything that went together with that. But here you can see her in all her glory. Notice that the tank and this section here is a different color to the frame, different color to the wheels. The wheels and the plastics are the same color, but the frame is a bit darker. You can see it there. I've made these metal inserts that goes in here on both sides. Modified the front fender as well. Did my forks, calipers, discs or rotors, new wheel bearings, new tires. Let me show you what we've done with this. You'd remember this thing was badly broken. Now it's not broken anymore. The engine itself were painted as well. All pipes and everything was been polished. There's a channel name. This thing has been fixed with a metal insert there. You'd remember we took away the standard bracket that fit right there for the seat. So now the seat is fitted from the bottom with a wing nut. All the original warning signs, including tire pressures, everything has been re-added there. We even have a little remote battery trickle charger point for it. Just added a see-through tank pad with my SP Plus Connect for my phone there. We've got this indicator here that shows us engine temperature as well as voltage. We also have this charger point for USB-C and that charger point for USB-A. I've added a screen as well. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. I know some people will think it looks ugly if you look at it like that. But yeah, sure, it definitely doesn't look pretty, but it does help with a wind. This side also we've added that metal piece, and this one here that we've made this entire rear section out of nothing. That entire piece from here I made out of nothing. You can see the engine. It's been painted. I did order new foot pegs. These rubbers are not the greatest anymore. The stand, the side stand, was very bad. So I fixed it. I drilled a hole in it. I tapped it. And I inserted this metal piece to help me kick out the stand. We've added these new front indicators and also these spotlights. And guys, if this is the type of content that you enjoy to watch and look at, please consider subscribing to the channel. It does help me out quite a bit. This is the type of work that we do here. Sorry for all the rubbish here in the background. I'm about to get my house tiled, so there's 8 tons worth of tiles and everything standing all over the show here. But I just wanted to show you the end product. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. There's a couple of projects coming up, so keep your eye on that. There's another scooter also coming in, so we'll see how that turns out. Just wanted to show you this as well. Just look at how beautiful this all came out. You can see the blue indicators there. Shows that it's torqued to spec. I'm very happy with this, guys. I'm very, very happy. And I'm glad to have my motorcycle back. Now I can use and enjoy it as much as I want to. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Until I see you in the next project, God bless, be safe. Until we see each other again. Cheers.